I thought we played good defense. Obviously, the mental mistake there in the 8th, but that's, those crazy things like that happen in baseball. I don't really have a drill for that, but he'll learn from that. Robert will learn from that. And I actually thought we had, in the beginning and middle part of the game, we had a lot of good at bats. We just, we didn't get the big 2-out hit, or we had the sac fly instead of the base hit. Ideally, you want to score more runs, but I think it's also good from an experience standpoint for Menifee and Hogan in particular to get to, for that first time out there to have kind of something on the line. So he'll learn from that.
Trevor Warner, another big day for him. How much did you expect that after coming out of camp, and how much did you see of that in camp?
Saw a lot of it in camp. And just, I hate to put too much on a player too early, and, he's sitting down there in the 6th hole, and obviously if he continues to do what he's doing, we have to move him up a little bit. But at the same time, the first weekend doesn't, it doesn't a season make, right? Dylan Rock's a better hitter than what he's showing. And, we felt like Warner, was going to be a good one. And the goal was to have depth through your lineup. So we'll see. But yeah, we saw a lot of this from Warner. Let's hold judgment until we get deeper into our season.
What about, you mentioned about the mental mistake the pitcher made, but you almost had a guy picked off first, and you had last night your first runner went through the stop sign. My point being is, how much easier does it teach when you win these games? Or is it easier?
We went, we go over it. The play at first base, we know they do that. That was talked about this week in practice. That was shown on video all week. But sometimes in the heat of the game, even if the first base coach is on it, it's still, it gets loud in here, so it's hard to hear. But yeah, those are all. There's never going to be a perfect game, right? We all want it to be perfect. But they're young players. They're going to make mistakes, and yes, so far those mistakes have been inexpensive, but you're right, very quickly they can be super expensive.
What did you see was working for Micah, and then in that 7th inning got attacked with 3 consecutive hits? What kind of changed?
I think he's he didn't have a bunch of strikeouts. I think he's a sinker ball pitcher, so sometimes guys he was doing a really good job of pitching to contact, and he would get his strikeouts on that breaking ball, but he gave up a hit and then he'd get a double play ball. And a guy that does that, sometimes the ground balls are going to get through, and a good pitcher just settles in and gets another ground ball, and hopefully that's a double play ball. But those balls got through, and that's you got to credit Fordham. They got a veteran club, and they're trying to win too. So it's not always on the Aggies.
What's the message to the team after a series win with business still to attend to early tomorrow? Yeah,
it just our job's to look at each day unto itself, whether we've won 2 ball games or not, and. Ryan Prager is going to get a start. We're going to have to maybe pitch some guys that, might be their first college appearance or first appearance in a while tomorrow. So, we just got to keep playing. We got to stay in the middle. We can't get too excited about, winning a ball game. We have to move on to the next day.
Thanks, Coach.